You may be seated. Okay, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, when your name is called, I'm going to ask that you will go to the jury box, and the bailiff will, there's some badges on the counter of the jury box, and you can pick up a badge, and when you have a seat in the jury box, you can just pin it on. At this time, you'll be in the hands of Ms. Brilla Jackson, who will call your name.
Brian McGanna.
Ms. McGanna, would you please go to the jury box and get a badge and have a seat in the jury box?
Corey Lalonde. Yeah. Richie Williams. Tammy Ross. Sheila Bass. Mary Swallow.
Get one more.
Mitchell Hankerman.
Ms. Holmes. Everyone have a badge? Members of the jury, I will give you some instructions and a general idea of what to expect in this case. Every case is composed of facts and the law as it applies to the particular case. The facts comes from the witnesses on the witness stand. The law comes from the statutes, codes, rules, and court decisions interpreting them and how they may apply to this case. You and I have equal authority, but it is divided authority. You are the sole judges of the facts, and I'm the sole judge of the law. You are the sole judge of the credibility of the witnesses and the way to be given their testimony. You can believe all of what a witness says, part of what a witness says, or none of what a witness says. As the jury trial progresses, the attorneys will probably make objections to questions asked by the other witnesses, or objections to the introduction of documents or objects. This means that in the objecting attorney's opinion, there is a legal reason why the testimony or document or object should not be received by you. Sometimes I will simply sustain or overrule the objection. At other times, it may require a lengthy discussion outside of your presence. If that happens, I will either ask you to step outside for a few minutes or ask the attorneys to come up to the bench so that you can hear the discussion on the parental law. The reason for this, as I told you earlier, you're the sole judges of the facts you receive. I'm the sole judge of the law. I can't be with you in the jury room when you deliberate facts. Therefore, you can't be present or within hearing when I deliberate questions of law. The reason why I will sometimes ask you to step outside is because it is simply the most efficient way to do it. Otherwise, if we were to leave the courtroom, the court reporter would have to gather her equipment and take it with her. The attorneys would have to gather their files, etc. The rulings that I do make on questions of law in your presence are not evidence, and you are to disregard them. After all the evidence is in, and both the state and the defense have rested their cases, the court will prepare and submit to you a written charge instructing you on the law in this case. We will then hear oral arguments from the attorneys. The attorneys have the right to make a summation of the evidence and make reasonable deductions from the evidence. Since the state has the burden of proof, it has the right to open and close the summation or argument. Until you retire to deliberate, do not discuss this case amongst yourselves, and under no circumstances should you permit anyone to discuss the case with you. Do not attempt to learn from any source outside of the courtroom anything about the facts of the case, nor attempt any independent investigation on your own. Don't visit the scene involved in the facts of the case. Don't read any reports in the newspapers or watch TV reports about the case. Do not make up your mind about this case until all the evidence is in and you have been instructed on the law. Don't take notes during the progress of the trial. Don't visit other courts during a break if a trial or other proceeding is in progress. Please wear the badges that you have at all times, identifying you as a juror in this case. Ladies and gentlemen on the panel, those of you who were not selected, we'd like to thank you for taking time out from your busy schedules to be here. I know that you desire to serve as jurors, but because of the law, we only have a set number of people that can actually serve on a jury in criminal court. And so, again, I'd like to thank you for your time and attention. Now, I know that when you came here this afternoon, you looked over the top of the door and you saw County Court at Law Number 2, Terrence Holmes presiding, and you probably said, "Oh, I'm in the right place. This is Judge Holmes' court." Well, no, this is not my court. I'm only a public servant serving the citizens of Jefferson County. And you are citizens of Jefferson County, so I'm serving you. So this courtroom is your court. So anytime that you're in the area, please come have a seat in County Court at Law Number 2 and see what goes on. That area that you're sitting in, you can sit in that area. We call that the peanut gallery. Now, it doesn't mean you can bring peanuts in here and eat, because this is not the Texas Roadhouse. However, you can come and see what goes on in your courtroom, and I would assure you, you'll find some interesting things that happen in the courts of Jefferson County. Now, the bailiff have some letters for you. She's going to give you some letters that you can take with you. Now, I normally give handshakes, but we still have COVID in our community. So I will give you what I call an air handshake. Okay. So everyone, and again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming, and we ask that you all will have a blessed day. If you need any excuses, the bailiff can direct you to the district clerk's office, and they can help you with whatever you need. So again, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming here. And on behalf of the citizens of Jefferson County and behalf of the staff here in County Court Law Number 2, thank you for taking time out from your busy schedules. So at this time, you are excused. Now, if you would like to, I think we're going to start back tomorrow at 1:30 with our testimony. You can come in person and watch the trial, or you can watch it on YouTube. Okay, at this time, you are excused. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I need to administer to you the final oath. Would you please raise your right hand? Do you and each of you do solemnly swear and affirm in the case of the state of Texas versus Karen Bouchon that you will a true verdict render according to the law and the evidence, so help you God? Please say I do. Okay, you may put your hand down. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, state, you're gonna start your case on tomorrow? Is that correct? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the state is going to start their case on tomorrow. And as I mentioned to you earlier, we start at 1:30. And we would like all of you to return tomorrow at 1:30 and make sure that you sit outside of the courtroom. And the reason why, we may be still in court. And so if we have a proceeding going on, you're not allowed to come in. Okay. And so at this time, everyone please stand as the jury exits the courtroom. All right, you may exit the courtroom. Make sure that you wear your badges when you come back tomorrow. Okay, court will be in recess till tomorrow at 1:30.